Okay. Good evening. Nice. Okay. That was a poll. This should kick in shortly. That stuff. Cool. It's been a bit of a interesting day as far as dome stuff is. So. Just want something to listen to. Yeah, so you shouldn't be able to hear my audio at the moment, but I can, which is good. Bring those down. Cool. So, I've been doing a couple of improvements to the way the dome renders sprites just to get a bit more flexibility in things. So very quickly I wanted an extra thing. Cause what? No. None, because we don't want a tint. Something that I do a lot at the moment as a replacement for tinting is to basically render a monochrome version of the image on top, and that's not ideal. Although I suppose the question is really whether or not it counts as a separate mode from the other one. Because it could be that you say, I think it would be an independent color axis, I suppose. Hello. That's tricky. I suppose we can play around with it a little bit and see what happens, but I think that they're separate, so I'm not gonna add the extra at the moment. Is that right? Let me put up the documentation again. I guess there might still be a value to that, although I suppose you could do something different. How was that implemented? Because that would change things. Oh, it's just a binary switch. It's not good for anything else. Oh, that makes sense then, yeah, because then what I would do is you'd have the thing on top, and in which case then the two... I mean, you could still apply a tint to that, I suppose. Be a bit weird. Would it be better to have it as a third option? I suppose I can play with it a bit and see. The really, really dumb version of this would be to do command tint is not equal to 0. Let's just bring this all the way back up. Tint. It's not part of the other stuff, it's just tint color mode. Yeah. The problem with being British is that a lot of programming stuff does use American color spelling, so you kind of get confused. So our default is like that, because I don't want us to do anything. And then do that. That's the 11th one. Tint. So let me just make that for a moment and see what happens. Interesting. It's because I actually did this differently here. There. Nope. Okay, that builds. First step is just make sure we didn't break things. Anyway, we did. Oh, I know what I did. Forgot me a comma there. That all seems fine. Good. So now, over here, in the editor, then I wouldn't actually need any of the rest of this. Hmm. So it's basically saying, oh right, I see what it's for. These were not very helpful for this use case because they just get drawn as a cover in front. So, well, I suppose it would kind of look okay. But it's not the best representation of this particular issue. I wonder if that's a another problem. So this probably only needs to apply if the color is not equal to 0 and alpha is not equal to 0. Just so that you don't accidentally get the rectangle that is the whole image when you're doing tinting. Because you want to ignore transparent layers. That's better, see, there we are. So only the sprite that actually would have pixel data gets the shading. And maybe hex render. Select medium is like that. So why is it transparent? Unless it isn't. That's not helpful. Yeah, because it's got a oh, it might have just been intentionally transparent for the image. Yeah, the data's transparent. Okay, that's fine. It just means that we could have done that differently. But the good test for this would actually be something else. So what we can do is go hex render for player, and then is ghost. And we can go tint is ghost equal color dot color dot none. I think that might just like totally block out the color though. So that might be a bit problematic. I'll just do that for now. The idea being that I basically want to have the ghost car be in a different color tinting in ALLNIGHTER, for those that have been following my game development. Okay, so that does seem to work. It's just the images there are actually drawn in the wrong order. You always want the player to be on top. So what we'd probably do is that, and then go down here afterwards, just so that the player's got that separately. So I'd expect to see the real player on underneath. And then as we go, oh. That's weird. Yeah, I must have just messed up something with the Boolean logic there. There we go. Cool. That seems to work. Let me just use a different color here for the ghost. Yes, that one doesn't do very much because it's full colors, I guess. What if you did that? Oh, I might have run the wrong version of Dome there, so I might not actually done anything the first time. I would expect this to be different, but yeah, there we go. Cool. That's going to be handy for future things, because it means I don't have to make so many sprites. So now I need to status that, get source connection, elevated option to withdrawable. Now the image transform. And I need to go vim docs modules graphics opacity. Tint. Color value which is to be applied on top of the image. I suppose this actually goes a bit weird if your tint is full. Yeah, that's weird. If your tinting is full alpha, then you won't see anything except the tint value. So it'll just be block colored, which is basically the same as doing mono mode. But I don't want to have to introduce a separate thing that applies that tinting on top of the color. Or, well, I suppose you'd have to like lerp between, which I guess we could do, but it would need a separate value. So you'd need to have to provide two values to do tinting. Because you can't reuse one of the other values because we need that for other stuff. Like you could have something that's tinted but also have opacity. So I think this would actually require, to get that right, tint opacity or something. Well, no, I mean you could leave it like this and just say you have to control the use the color alpha to control how strong the tint is. This behaves a lot like no one will understand if I try and explain it another way. You just have to play with it, I think. because the way that I used to do this is basically draw the sprite twice. So I'm kind of doing that as well, rather than pre-calculating it because it's cheap from an effort point of view, but not necessarily from a code point of view. I guess. It's one of those things where I'm not entirely happy with it in that way, but yeah, because you end up applying this whole thing twice in order to achieve the right values, and to be honest, it's easier to do it this way and just reuse that, so I'm not going to mess with it. Functionally, you are doing it twice, it's just pre-computing it differently. Well, it's not pre-computing it, I suppose. Tint on visible pixels. I need like a little color picker app that I can test these values with, but nice. Now, I was expecting to be slightly more annoying because I was expecting to do some stupid extra stuff, but that's how it is. What else is on my mind? Oh yeah, so this is a separate thing, but I wanted to implement some kind of clipping. So there's no way of like specifying when you draw stuff that you only want to draw to a particular area of the display, and that could be really useful for certain use cases I have in mind. So I need to make a new branch, canvas clipping, and so new features, we go to their graphics stuff, I need to find a canvas. Because what I want to do is basically be like canvas.clip x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I'm only able to draw within the scope of that region of the screen, and then go canvas.clip to reset. So I guess we do it like that to say full size. Or we have a foreign version. And then we have x0, y0, x1, y1. these would actually be foreign. Yeah, if you pass a negative number here, it will just assume it's the whole display, maybe. I need to be mindful that when you resize, you take the clipping with you. Or we can have like a little computation. Yeah, so. So then this needs to go backwards into the canvas. Like this. Obviously that function doesn't exist yet, so we have to go back into the module.graphics.c to create it. Canvas clip. See what we're doing better, like that. 3 and 4. And Y0 and like that. Grab my engine. And then from here, we basically need to set things on the canvas data. Oh. I'm tempted at this point to start doing a bit of refactoring of things as well, so maybe I should do that first. Nothing here will break, it's just good to do. Maybe we should actually do that sort of first anyway. So at the moment I've got this sort of structure for engine state, and it's a bit of a muddle because there's a few different things going on, so it might be good just to pull a little bit of it out. And it's basically on this canvas. This one and these. But honestly, we could have changed it to be, well, let's do it in stages. So we'll leave it like that first. This will break a lot of stuff if I don't fix them all. So I think that this thing is mostly engine dot. Canvas like that. Okay. And then engine dot width. There's going to be a lot of these. So engine.canvas.width. Like that. Try it with height. And pixels. I think that's the sort of I need to do it here for these. So X, and then for the Y's. And then let's just pull these ones down like that. Sorry, I just need to send this. That's graphical stuff. What do you think? Think I missed anything? Or do you think it'll just work? That's because I did miss a couple of things in source main.c engine. Width, height. That's all right. And I'm coming back to that particular warning once I finish my clipping implementation. First step is just making sure that I didn't just break the entire engine doing this. It all seems alright though, doesn't it? So that's the first step. Yep. Just need to check that I actually swap these things for the correct values in case I made a mistake somewhere. That looks fine. Width and height, width and height, width and height. Yep. I thought you could expand and split hunks as well. That's odd. Part of why this refactoring is important is it's another code transformation step on the way from having a single canvas baked into the engine core to having the operations sort of acting on a generic canvas that I could then have repurposed to do other kinds of drawing elsewhere. So being able to draw on image data, for example, is kind of where I want to go in the end, because it's basically the same. But I basically have to start extracting the canvas out from the engine in order to be able to do that. And just want to be thorough here that I don't make a mistake. Yes to that bit. Yes to that bit. Yes to that one. Yes to that one. No to that one. Yes to that one. No to that one. No to that one. Extracting canvas data out from engine struct. because now I can go into the source engine file and add an extra couple of things. Really, I'd want like a rectangle type. I don't have one. I suppose. The vectors that we've got here are 2 only. I don't want to implement a whole bunch of extra vector things. I mean, I am gonna just tweak this. But one of those should be like that, because you never know what size these are going to be. Rect clip. So then after this, I have to head over to the engine.c. Yeah, it's in pset. Okay, so now we have to do a couple of different checks, because we basically need to know, is the image inside our clipping zone. Now, I have to decide whether or not our clipping zone is affected by offsetting the camera of the display, or if it's applied before or after, I suppose. Because you can do offsets to do camera stuff, and I'm not sure how that would work. Because the simple version of this is to basically do like that. And then be like, that's y1, and that's y0, and that would be width and height. Because then you basically go zone x0, zone x1. this one zone.y0 and zone.y1. Like that. And then we need the init. Engine canvas.clip is equal to this. 0, 0, game width, game height. Oh, that's weird. Can I not do that in C? C struct initializer. Designated initializer. Oh, interesting. I could do it that way. I'm not sure I want to do it that way, but because you basically have to go x0 equals that. Y1 equals that. And then we do that, and that, and that, and this one, we go there. That needs that on it. To be honest, I don't like recalculating this every time, so we will probably do this. To be honest, that's actually what it should be, isn't it? Let's change that. Modules, graphics. This bit here is actually just setting the clip the way that we would do. Engine canvas.clip is equal to this. Like that. I just need to actually grab the X and Y values. Y1. Oh, I've actually named them differently here. That's annoying. We might as well keep with the convention then. One, two, and two. Oh, crap, because I've now got this slightly differently elsewhere. Two and one. That goes away. Then two. Fine. And this one is just one, two. Oof. Does that get rid of that one? Okay, that's better. Just need to get the syntax right there. Well, that's interesting. I guess that if we're not using that anymore, that's kind of nice. First step is just, did I break anything? Yes, I did, but that's fine because I know why, which is that I did not I don't reset the clip when you are resizing the display, which is something I prepared for already, in that I said I was expecting it to happen. So hopefully just doing that straight afterwards is fine, because then we can see the whole screen again. Nice. But I don't think this is a total solution because we do some tricky stuff with geometry. So if I go into here and I go looking at blitz, do we ever directly blit to the pixels, or do we use piece set anywhere? Because if not, we actually got away with this scot-free, which is nice. Yeah, you see this thing here. So we basically are blitting line by line because it's more efficient for certain things. Why do we do that? It's only used when we don't have transparency, which is something at least. Or at least it should only be used when we have transparency. Okay, so I just need to check for that here real quick. And we do zone.x1, zone.y1. No, these are actually both y's. Because it's basically, are we trying to draw a line that's just off the screen? If so, ignore it. And then these ones get trickier because zone.x, so that one, zone.x2. This is actually quite tricky. I need to get an example that does this. Canvas.clip. There's a few different ways I can do it. I'm starting from this because it's easier. Canvas.clip, canvas.width over 4, canvas.height over 4, canvas.width multiplied by 3 over 4, canvas.height multiplied by 3 over 4. Oh well. Interesting. Well, that's not really what I would expect. Oh. I mean, that's accurate for the top and bottom. It's the left and... Oh, I suppose, yeah, we've not actually fixed the left and right yet, so that's why it's not behaving. So the first step here is just zone.x1. I think for these two is fine. So that should block in the right-hand side, the left-hand side. Yeah, so then it only draws up to there. So now I just need to block out the right-hand side. And that's the trickier bit, because we basically care about right, so screen X here is the position plus its offset. Oh, I see, so that's the position on the screen that we actually are drawing. I guess it's because we assume that the pitch is actually that, so we could mess with it a bit and see if that helps. This could do some really weird stuff though, so you don't want to... yeah, see, that's why we don't mess with this stuff. Pitch. Engine. Yeah, the pitch is used for something else. Because we're... oh yeah, because we're actually doing it twice here, so maybe we just need to have line width. And then that can be zone 2. Because then we can do that. Oh, we actually do line width twice already. Just try that. Might be enough. That's looking fairly good. Oh, but we seg faulted. That's bad. So that's not a good thing at all. Make does it say where? Rectfill 43. Let me do a debug build, because it'll crash in a better place that way. Uh, 530. Basically, this mem copy is wrong. Oh, that's something that I lost from the debug. I don't have my sanitizer anymore. That won't stand. These are actually Mac only, so that's that. Um, that would actually need to be on both. I see. Where is it? Okay. Let line. I guess we can probably come at this differently. Rather than doing that. No, it has to be like that because we have to only draw the starting point of the line from this is hitting my brain. Let's take that back out. Actually, that bit's fine, because then we're saying that the... Sorry, I'm not making any sense right now, because my brain is not quite on it. I found this obscure when I was writing it the first time as well. It's not ideal. Basically, if the screen X for this line well, the screen X is between the end of the whole possible line and the start of the line, which we're defining as being that boxed area, then it will draw up to that box thing. So this does need to be slightly different. Like that, because then these can be line end instead of pitch. So we're not relying on the hardware side, we're relying on the pitch side. Instead. That might have done it. That's fine. Cool. Okay. So what I want to do here is then basically just be able to move that around and see what happens. Left, right, up is W, down is S, let's see why. basically just go cy plus, cx plus actually. Now that one's y. And this one, cx plus. Oh. I'm not used to using statics now. Like that. Oh yeah, I'm not actually just refreshing the display properly. So that'll move. And that can go off the screen, and the whole clip can go off the screen separately from everything else. Nice. That looks like it works, doesn't it? Oh, hold up. How did that happen? That was weird, but it seems to have sorted itself out. Okay. I guess technically we need a thing that does that. And then flip. Because then you can do like print hello world 0, 0, color white. Nope, not that one. So it should always be text. And then the box is just there. And you get kind of interesting, cool effects. I probably need a little reset button or something for this, but I wonder if the clear screen button should ignore the current clip state. I suppose the idea is that you clear the whole screen, but maybe you don't want to. I might leave that up for a bit to think about. It is kind of annoying having to de-clear and then re-clear the screen. But overriding to do that is tricky. I guess we can kind of leave it up to the user to fix because they know the size of things. We can actually then get rid of that one. This will bug out because of stuff, so I need to go check my make file real quick. Yeah, there's some weirdness with the new build system to fix, I suppose. You can also kind of do the James Bond style thing. Yeah, I suppose you'd only have a rectangular clipping, but means that if you wanted to draw something else, you could. Okay, we'll leave that. We'll leave the CLS as if it was not for the, well, what does it say in the docs about the CLS? Because then that might inform what I do. Clears the canvas fully, ignoring the offset command. Okay, so that has to be a full wipe. in order to maintain that behavior. Okay. Theme source. So then we basically need to go engine.canvas.clip. Like that. So basically what I'm doing is just making it so that the CLS will manually set the clipping. And then reset the clip afterwards. Canvas equals engine. I don't know if that will actually work if I do it that way. Seemingly that does change its behavior, so so now what we want to do here is actually draw a massive rectangle. Which we want to be able to move around. Over time. Oh yeah, I do something slightly different for the there. Oh, that's interesting. Did I? I suppose that these actually should match. Okay, so that's clearly the clip size. 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I just take out the clip, then you get a bigger value, but it's always drawing that. Okay. I suppose the question is, do I make it in keeping with the current? I think I do, don't I? It's the current clip should probably have the same coordinate parameters as what's the word? As our rectangle drawing code. So really, I've messed this up a bit by doing it this way. H. This should actually be x, y, width, and height. And it causes us small problems just because we have to now do zone.x1. Or zone plus width. And zone.y plus height minus 1. And zone y. Like that. Actually, no, yeah, because of the -1, you actually get away with it, I think. So then we adjust that. And then we just need to do zone.x plus width. And then that goes out, that goes out. That's now width and height. And then these are width and height. And height. And then that's the H and that's the W. That's because I messed that up. 94. Right, because that's just that now, and that's just that. And then those go. So that shouldn't have changed because I'm still drawing a rectangle. But I should now be able to do that without the redundant data. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's pretty much where we should probably stop. I want to just do one more thing for fun and then we're good. Constant width minus 8 multiplied by 11. No, that won't work. Okay. So there should be, in the center here, some secret text. No. Looks good. Interestingly, yeah, because the... Ooh, is that... That's odd. Oh, but the... Yes, because the box is bigger than the... So that might confuse some people, I suppose. Because the clipping window is screen based, not like in the canvas space, so it'll always be a fixed size on the map. You can't shift, well, maybe you should be able to shift it off. In which case then maybe this is wrong. You just do that. Does that cause bugs though? That's the question. Make Yes, it does cause bugs. What broke from that? Lit line, of course. That's a bit better to what I wanted. Oh. I mean, it's not supposed to do that. We're clearly hitting the line splitting stuff again. Size T, is that always positive? Oh, it's unsigned. That's better, see? Or not. How weird. How weird. I'd need like a printf here. To figure out what's going on. Maybe that's the other one. That's the problem. Close, but not quite there then. Okay. Is that just... Yeah, it's doing something strange with the data there. Ugh. It's all a lot more complicated than I'd like. I'm not sure if I have the energy to do it right now. That should be... that, maybe. Hmm. Ouch. All right, let's go for this method. Screen start, screen X, line end. Oh, that's all wrong. 528. Oh. Like that. Right, so the ending value here is the issue. And it's probably although it shouldn't ever be I guess it's something like that. Well, that was apparently very wrong, so. This clearly isn't helping. Hmm. Right, so hmm. Interestingly, that's not what I would want to happen there, so why can that ever get negative? Because that shouldn't happen. Unless the start and end are different, I suppose. I suppose it's a bit strange if we're moving the window. Can I get away with just doing that? Apparently not. What? That makes no sense. Like that, maybe. Okay, that's looking promising. Nah, of course it was too much to be true. That's tricky. Because we're saying that the line ends no, it is a mid. It's fine. That should be just in a different order, like that. The idea being that you shouldn't be able to shift off the side. You should get whichever one is in the middle of the three. So that shouldn't break things on this side. Yeah. We'll come back to why that breaks there, though. Yeah, because that's zeros, so It just shouldn't be making calls there. I guess that's the missing link for that one. Gem canvas.height. Right, because we weren't really bounds checking the top and bottom properly. That's allowed. And that appears to be allowed. This is where it could get sticky. Yeah. And it's because it ends up being negative here. That's weird. Let's just tidy up this a little bit. Because we don't do any writes here, we can actually use the quick lookup. In theory. That's weird. I feel like I'm doing a lot of redundant calculations here a bit. And to be honest, I've probably messed up other stuff as well. is like a horrendous set of hacks. Well, that seems to have done it. Cool. Okay. Next, I want this to stay static. And do that instead. That seems to work. That seems to be what I would expect it to do. Haha! Nice. Okay. Okay. I think the assumption I've made here is wrong. That's why I'm getting this problem. Okay, well, now that we struggled our way through that, thank you so much everybody for watching. I will catch you again hopefully next week. So, see you then. Bye.